Welcome back here to Logan. Aggie basketball on Stu Morrill courts. With me, of course, a young man who played for Stu Morrill for many years, Gary Wilkinson. Great memories. You played Weber State a few times, I would imagine.
Yeah, won one, lost one.
Split them.
Yeah, it was the first year that Randy Ray was coaching at Weber State after he left Utah State.
Okay. Oh, that's right. So that game meant a lot.
It did. It did. And I appreciate you calling me a young man. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Compared to me. So Weber State comes into the game 1-1. We talked about that game they had at Utah. It was a heck of a game. Went to overtime. They lost at 92-89. As for the Aggies, Jared Calhoun has got his team at 2-0. We did the Westminster game on opening night, 110-54, and then they went down and went on the road. It was actually a neutral site, beat Virginia Commonwealth. Gary, that was 80-77. I think that really showed something when you can beat a good team in a close game and finish things off.
Yeah, I mean, and to be frank, they had pretty much dominated that game throughout, and they through a few mistakes. They let VCU back into it, but it showed grit to go out, get a road win, whether it's a neutral court or not, with the 5 players, 5 freshmen, 5 transferred, and 5 returning. So make that adjustment and get that win on the road was, I think, a great start to the season.
Yeah, 10 newcomers, as you mentioned. And for those of you watching tonight, you're going to get a good look at quite a few of them, and none better so far than N.J. Collins and what he's done. Jared Calhoun, again, in his second season, 2-0 start. They were picked second in the Mountain West Conference preseason poll because it seems like San Diego State just sets up shop at the top of the poll and lives there.
Yeah.
And that's the case once again. For the other side, Weber State comes in 1-1. Eric Duff in his 4th year. I can't believe Randy Ray's been retired that long.
Yeah.
And, of course, he was 20 years at Weber State under Coach Ray. So seamless to move him right in. And we are underway as the Aggies have the basketball first. And here we go with the familiar Drake Allen leading the charge, the Westlake High graduate and UVU transfer. Mason Falslip inside to Templin, and that ball is tipped away. The last game the Aggies played was against Westminster. They were also in purple, but as that 3-shot goes up and in, I think you've got a team here that's probably a little bit better suited to a battle for the Aggies than Westminster may have been.
Yeah. I mean, in the way that they played Utah, they're a big athletic team. They play physical. It's going to be a good matchup for the Aggies.
Bartiainen, the one that hit that 3 to open up the scoring. And you see Templin fighting for that ball in the post, but no go, and here come the Aggies, or excuse me, the Wildcats. Tijon Sane was a young man bringing the ball up court. He's a transfer from Western Washington at 13 points in that Utah game. The ball will stay here.
Yeah, he has the ability to go. He's strong. He's got a good build to him. Physical player, can move the ball around and do some damage.
Weber State opened against West Coast Baptist, beat them by an unbelievable score, Gary, of 130-38. Nearly beat them by 100. 92 point, unbelievable.
Trying to make a little bit of a statement.
Yeah. 3-pointer up and just off for Trevor Henning.
One thing I liked about the Aggies is they're trying to, establish a little post game early on, and that's something that they've kind of lacked for the past couple of years. Going to Templin down low and let him see if he can do some work.
And again, trying to score in the post. So yeah, all 3 possessions they've tried to score in the post and have come up empty. And it's an early 3-0 start. Hennig, great move in the post, and now it's 5-0 for the Cats.
Yeah, and this is the way that they've always played the Aggies. I mean, you mentioned a couple years they came in here and won. They're a team that doesn't back down. They're physical. They always have been physical, well coached, have sound basketball skills. They're a talented team, year in, year out.
Drake Allen driving, take a look, and he's fouled.
Yeah, again in the post. I think the Aggies kind of have that as probably a key point to the game, is being able to establish with some size down low, especially Drake is a bit bigger of a guard.
Allen puts the Aggies on the scoreboard. And yeah, every possession so far has been in the post. Every attempt to score. They didn't even try a 3. Allen, a good free throw shooter, 83% coming into this game. He hasn't been scoring a ton in their first two. He had 4 against Westminster, 7 against Virginia Commonwealth.
Yeah, and Drake has the ability to put points on the board, but he's definitely much more of a facilitator for this team, finding open guys. And we have Collins and Falslove, Tucker that can put points on the board. He's willing to find those guys rather than to look for a shot for himself.
And going the other way, the Wildcats' shot won't go, but again going in the post, Gary, and they haven't been able to finish one. Oh, what a physical game already, and Allen's going to be charged with a foul after what appeared to be headed for a turnover.
Yeah, and I think Weber State is setting the tempo right now. They're the team that's come out and been aggressive and really kind of come out swinging, and they're setting the tempo to play how they want to play. The Aggies need to settle down a bit, create more of a tempo for themselves to establish their game.
Well, their first 3 possessions, their first 6 possessions, they've got 3 turnovers, so definitely need to settle down.
Yes.
Drive into the post, and Suarez gets the bucket to go. And how about this Weber State team leading 7-2 early on?
Yeah, I mean, that was good defense, but Suarez just goes up with a strong move and is able to finish through contact.
Another transfer out of Arizona Western. He's from Puerto Rico. And the outside shot up and in for Gary Clark.
Yeah, Clark's has a good arsenal. He's got great footwork. He's sound. He's long. He can kind of step out to 15, 20 feet, shoot the 3.
He's averaging, Gary, I get it, we're only 2 games in the season, but Gary Clark's averaging a double-double.
Right.
11 points, 12 rebounds after his first 2 games.
Yeah, he's got a wide body, uses it well. Like I said, he's long. He can come up with some rebounds. And he has got a good nose for the ball.
6'9", 220, senior. Transfer from Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Jordy Barnes getting set to check in for the Aggies, as Drake Allen will go to the bench. Barnes, the sophomore out of Olympus High School. Did not play against Virginia Commonwealth. Had 7 points, 3 assists in the opener against Westminster.
And I think Calhoun with his rotations is trying to get some experience out there. He's moving through guys pretty quick, but Jordy had some great experience last year, maybe electing to go with that over Perriman at this point in the game, and then just keeping some guys with a little bit of time under their belt out here.
Yeah, Perriman, just a freshman out of San Francisco. It's almost rare nowadays to see guys that aren't transfers. Falslev, and can't get that shot to fall. Mason Falslev out of nearby Benson, Utah, played at Skyview. Great football player, by the way, in high school.
Yes. They call it beautiful downtown Benson.
Yeah, that's right. It is a pretty area, I'll give you that. And Falslev sneaks in from behind, nearly gets that ball away from Sane, and he does.
And that's what the Aggies need to do. They need to match the intensity of Weber State. Mason comes on that double, able to turn the ball over. And the Aggies, as they keep coming with that type of intensity, I think they'll be able to level the playing field throughout the rest of the first half.
We're back here in Logan. College basketball underway throughout the nation, and Weber State leading 9-4, and showing a lot of aggression and getting things done.
Well, I think holding the Aggies to 20% from the field off, and they haven't even attempted a 3. So, whereas Weber State shooting 60% from the field and 50% from 3.
Yeah, and that shooting percentage is based on shots missed in the paint.
Right.
And here they go again.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've seen the Aggies open up with more interior possessions like that. What do you make of that?
I mean, as a post player, I'm not complaining about that.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's interesting to look that you haven't seen this the past couple of years from the Aggies to try to establish such a post presence, and I think it's a good change of pace. It's going to create a lot more options for the Aggies down the stretch.
There's their first 3 of the game, and it does not go for MJ Collins. Jace Whiting, number 24. We talked about him in our pregame. Got to watch out for him. Played at Boise State and UNLV before joining Weber State. Up and in. Shot counts for Nigel Burris, the former Aggie, by the way. And he's going to the free throw line.
Now, you always come in, former team, chip on your shoulder, feeling like you have something to prove, and just going up strong with this move, being able to finish through contact. Really nice, soft finish for a big man.
Played under Danny Sprinkle 2 years ago, the 23-24 season, our first season broadcasting games. He was a good one. So now, how about these Wildcats opening up a 13-4 lead early on the road in Logan.
Yeah, and this is how, when we played when I played Weber State here in the Spectrum, that's how it was. The first half was a grind, and they were ahead at halftime, and we ended up coming back and fortunately win that game. But
three-pointers miss. Offensive rebound, though, for Clark. The double-double man picks up another board.
Yeah, I like to see the confidence he's playing with.
Zach Keller is also checked into the game, number 32. He's a Utah transfer in his first season here, playing for Jared Calhoun. Big guy at 6'10", 245. Aggies really emphasizing the defense on this possession. Shot clock down to 3. He has to launch from deep. And an offensive rebound. How about that?
Yeah, you get so frustrated as a coach. You play great defense for the entirety of the shot clock, have to cast a hard shot, and then you can't come up with the board. Fortunately, the Aggies were able to stop that and come up with another offensive rebound.
Oh, the Aggies fans loving the move that Colby King just put on. And back into the post we go. They are living down there. Gary Clark will be shooting free throws.
And I think the one thing about establishing a post presence is you put so much pressure on the team, get them into foul trouble, and then as the game progresses, the Aggies are a great shooting team, be able to spread the floor a little bit and start to get the looks that they're used to.
So you're just roping them in, that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see if it works or not,
yeah.
but I
like
can see that.
We've got a bunch of players at the scorer's table getting ready to sub in here. Clark will take his first free throw and connects. And now Carson Templin back in along with MJ Collins for the Aggies, and Keller and Foslev will take a rest. Mason Foslev already in his junior year, and we've called him each of the last 2 years just a real steady player. I feel like his scoring average has been almost identical every year.
Yeah.
A little high early last year, but had a great second game against Virginia Commonwealth, 18 points, 4 rebounds.
Yeah, and I think you can attribute a lot of that to just his motor, his ability to just keep going and going and going and keep putting points on the board, keep putting pressure on the defenses he plays against.
The officials took a timeout here, and we're looking at something, and they're still talking, but we'll see if we can get I'm not sure what this is all about. But well, no explanation. I saw Paul Grua, the Weber State sports information director, talking to one of the officials, and they're still talking with Eric Duff.
I wonder if they could decide who they gave the foul to.
That might be exactly what it is. And whatever it is, it's going to stick with what the officials called.
The Aggies putting on some full court pressure to try to take Weber State a little bit out of their game, out of their rhythm.
How about Gary Clark, by the way, Gary? He scored the last 6 for Utah State. So he's come in and really give him a spark. Nice little block at the other end. So Clark's just everywhere.
Yeah.
And driving right to the rack goes Colby King. He's going to be shooting free throws.
Yeah, he's exactly the spark that Utah State needed. He came in off the bench, played with confidence, got him the ball, put a few points on the board, grabbed some big rebounds, and had that block, which puts the Aggies in transition, where they're really good in transition.
So he's doing everything, doing the stat in just a couple of minutes. He's averaging about 25 minutes a game, which is near the top. The leader in terms of minutes is MJ Collins. He's averaging 28, but I mean, Clark is second in minutes played, and he doesn't even start. That lets you know what kind of confidence the coach has.
Yeah, and I think sometimes you want a player like, you don't want to start that player like that who comes off the bench and just there's no letdown from your starters to your second string.
Vartiainen took that ball down there and saw Clark and backed it right out.
Which, the Aggies putting Templin up front is kind of an interesting
that
setup.
worked there.
Yes.
Templin tips it away, as you were about to say, and now the Aggies are on a 7-0 run. And it just ended with the three-pointer.
Well, that's where you can get burned on a press, is if you can get it past that first line and move it down quick, you don't have an ability to rotate.
Oh, Templin for three. The place would have erupted if he would have hit that.
He can shoot them.
Yeah, he can. He hasn't hit one this year, but he's, as you said, he's shot him. He's 0 for 2. Another three, a little off balance for Vartiainen. Back come the Aggies. Jordy Barnes into the game. Gary Clark looked at that three-pointer. He hasn't shot one yet this year, though. And another one for Templin. And can't get that one to fall.
I mean, I think that's the thing. Those are good shots. You're wide open. And
you almost have to.
You have to let it fly. I mean, if I had a teammate like that wouldn't shoot that shot, I'd be pretty unhappy because everyone's ready for it.
Closing off on the drive. And it looks like Jordy Barnes called for the foul. So Jace Whiting drawing that foul. But if you were that wide open, you would not have shot the three.
Oh,
or would you?
Oh, yeah. I had my license.
Okay, just
we had to earn our license at Utah State. You had to shoot a certain percentage in practice to be allowed to shoot them during a game. So I had earned my license.
So you were carte blanche the entire. Okay.
Well, I mean, I didn't shoot many. I played with J.C. Carroll. I don't need to shoot threes.
Yeah, good point.
Or Tyler Newbold or a bunch of other guys that were much better shooters than I was. But I would have shot that for sure.
You remember how many you hit?
I think I was like 4 for 10, so 40% or around.
Well,
maybe a little less, maybe 35%.
Over 2 years.
Yeah, but then I went into the pros, and that's all I did was shoot threes. So I was really happy,
That's awesome. Our Darius Grayson, you saw him check into the game and drive there. Another missed three for Weber State. This team plays hard, though. You can tell.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
And one thing that, you may not recognize it right away, but Colby King is just coming up with some boards. He's coming up with big plays. He's on the floor. He's bringing a lot of toughness and tenacity to this Aggie team that doesn't just necessarily translate into the stat sheet.
And there he goes now, right on your cue.
That's what translates for basketball players is plays like that.
King, the transfer from Butler, showing his athleticism right there. And how about this battle? The Aggies have come all the way back to trim the deficit to 2. Got a good one here in Logan. Aggies and Wildcats on KMYU Television and the Mountain West Network. Aggie basketball here in Logan. They always draw a good crowd here on a Wednesday night and a good game as they're battling Weber State. Jared Calhoun spent 7 years at Youngstown State, had back-to-back 20-win seasons, and he certainly enjoyed some success here in his first year. Last year had him in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, he's well-liked around Logan.
I can tell that, yeah. And seems to really like it here. Signed a contract extension after his first year.
Yeah.
That happens when you start getting phone calls from, schools everywhere.
Right. And you go start with the school's most winning start in school history.
Right, exactly. And this is coming off a Danny Sprinkle year where they had a great start.
That's right.
But he will, for a long time, I suspect Jared Calhoun will hold that record for the best start for a first-year coach. So we talked about the points that Gary Clark had scored. King has now scored 6 straight for Utah State after Clark had scored 6 straight for the Aggies. So the sparks coming from anywhere they can get it. Hennig's shot, he is fouled.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to put a body on this Weber State team. I mean, be able to penetrate, get in lanes, get the defense out of balance, and then you're boxing out guys that you shouldn't be, and then they come up with another couple second chance points.
Well, and I think Coach Calhoun saw exactly what you just described and was not happy about it.
Yeah. Well, they've got beat on the baseline a couple times, either by getting a foul with Jordy Barnes, or now they just got beat.
Yeah, he did not like that one bit. We got a good one here. Back and forth we go. Utah State, of course, leads the series overall 45-29. But the last time Weber was here, back in 2022, just 3 years ago, they actually won the game.
Yeah.
75-72. It was a great game as Anderson's three will not go. Look at the battle by Gary Clark to keep that ball alive.
Yeah, he's being a force out there. You can't keep him off the boards. And then just creating other opportunities for this Aggie team. And that's what's keeping them in the game right now, is that fight. Colby on the defensive end, and then Gary coming up with big rebounds on both sides.
Yeah, and then Drake Allen getting hammered. 3 purple jerseys around him. Take a look as he drives right there.
Yeah, and that's the thing that Drake can do, is he can get in, take some contact, get the shot off, but he likes to facilitate.
Hence his 9 assists per game average through the first 2 games. Utah State now over 10 minutes to play. They're already in the bonus.
You know, and that's one thing with the transfer portal. Usually you would have to rely on JUCO guys or your returners to help steady the ship and keep that experience. But the transfers that we've brought in have had such great experience at other places that you don't really lack with that when you bring those guys in.
Well, Weber State hit 4 of their first 6 field goals and had that early lead, but since then, Gary, they're 1 for 7. So something has really stepped up for the defense of the Aggies. And Vartianen's shot does not go.
And there's Colby King going up over a big to come down with the rebound.
Anderson, oh, what a dish. And 1. Gary Clark ties the game with free throw coming.
You know, and that's the thing is, when you have the energy and the momentum like Gary's playing with now, it seems like people find you. The game kind of comes to you rather than you having to force your way in and then kind of find your place in the game. I think that's one thing that he brings this Aggie team. He night in and night out, he'll just bring the energy, and then his teammates find him.
Well, and as a result, you're scoring 11 points a game and grabbing 12 rebounds a game in the first 2. So a lot of that is definitely about energy. Misses the free throw, though. And here we go, knotted at 17 midway through the first half. Oh, how about that block? Anderson. And the Aggies have it.
The Aggies' defense is definitely what's kept them in this game so far. I mean, their shooting percentage hasn't been great, but their ability to just get things done on the defensive end has been helpful.
Clark, that little hook in the lane.
Hey, you haven't seen post moves like that at Utah State for a long time.
Since you were here.
That's right. That's right. Coach Morrow would be proud.
Yeah. You would earn a few more green lights with a couple of plays like that. Oh, they're going to call a foul here. Utah State, by the way, is on a 15-5 run, and this score represents their first lead of the night, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, they've had to fight for every point. I mean, Weber State has been really battling, and trying to keep them off the boards is tough. I mean, they're strong guys who don't give up. They keep fighting, and that's showing. The way Clark's been playing, he just got subbed out, but he may have a double-double in the first half.
Yeah, no kidding, the way he's going. Wildcats have missed 10 of their last 11 shots, and that shot right there finally ended that drought from David Hansen. He's just a freshman out of Alberta, Canada.
Oh, I know a little bit about Alberta, Canada.
You spent some time there?
Yeah, 2 years.
Well, good for you. Oh, Anderson trying to keep the ball alive. He's going to draw the foul, though, so free throw's coming. And he was battling in there with a couple of purple jerseys.
As a basketball fan, you love to see that. Both teams are battling. Both teams are in there fighting for rebounds and putting themselves in position for second chance points and opportunities.
Well, that first rebound landed right in his lap, but then he stayed in there.
Right.
And ended up drawing the foul. Gary Clark already, as you pointed out, with 10 points in this game, but he does have 2 personal fouls.
Oh, I didn't know that he drew.
Yeah, he drew that. That's why he went to the bench on that last one. But to be leading this team in scoring with 10 points, and you've got 4 of the 5 guys on the floor right now have not scored yet in this game, and Anderson has 1 point. And now he's got 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, and when I think we talked a little bit about this last year, when you can have a balanced effort on the scoring side where you can depend on different guys night in and night out.
Another turnover. Utah State has scored on 5 straight possessions, and they're about to go to the line with a 1-and-1.
Yeah, and this press is, they got burned on it once, but this kind of taken Weber State out of their offense a little bit. Tried to, they're not running things. They're running things further away from the basket. They're not quite as easily to get into their sets. So it's pushing their shooting percentage down and increasing their turnovers.
You were talking about Perriman earlier. He's checked into the game now, had 10 and 8, 10 points, 8 assists in that opener against Westminster. And that's a promising young man, Gary. He's a freshman out of San Francisco.
Absolutely. I mean, talking to the coaches and then watching him against Westminster, his vision for a freshman is really impressive. His ability to kind of, thread the needle in a few instances and find guys playing at the speed that's required at Division I basketball. He's got a bright future. Yeah,
and averaging 5 assists through his first 2 games. He had 8 assists against Westminster, and you and I called that game, and he had some, flashy passes.
Yeah, he was fun to watch.
A little full court press here, and it works. Paulslev's got it, and Mason will finish.
I like that. I like that Mason took that. He needed to watch a basket go in. That starts to galvanize and energize.
Aggies open up a 5-point lead. And Suarez getting to the basket. Are they going to have him shooting? Oh, they are in the 1-on-1.
Yeah, both teams
now, yep. So free throws coming for Edwin Suarez out of Arizona Western. I had to laugh. We were talking with Carson Templin before the game. I said, "Why are you wearing purple shoes?" And he says, "It's by design."
Yeah.
So it's, a little mind game thing.
Yeah.
Find the color of your opposing team. And
yeah, I don't. I think his mind is way more talented than my mind, because I don't even know if I had ever noticed that.
Yeah. Well, I noticed it in the last game. Of course, they also wore purple, Westminster, but I'm going to be very curious to see. Our next game is against UTEP, so he'd need to wear orange. We'll see if he does that. That's on Saturday.
I see some orange shoes
There's
out there
some
already.
out there, Perriman.
Yep.
Our next broadcast will come your way Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Well, Templin nearly came away with the steal. I've got a week, though, Gary. I got Aggies tonight. Tomorrow I have 2 high school football playoff games. And Salt Lake. Friday, I have 2 more high school football playoff games in Salt Lake. Then we're back up here Saturday. So 6 games over 4 days in 2 sports. That's a little slice of heaven.
Yeah.
Fall slip for 3. So I just need the voice to hold out.
Yeah, I mean, is that something your voice is used to? It can handle it. It's got years,
it should be all
years
right.
of experience to do that, huh?
When we get later in the game here, I'll just start letting you do more of the heavy lifting.
You don't want that, that's for sure.
So we'll take a timeout. Mason will be shooting free throws when we come back here on KMYU and the Mountain West Network. We are back here in Logan. Good crowd on hand for a Wednesday night. And you just noticed something very interesting statistically about this team and their long-range shooting.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was looking at. You know, the Aggies have built now a 4-point lead, and watching them against Westminster, I mean, they couldn't miss from 3. They almost set the school record from 3 when we played against Westminster.
Right.
And they, you know, on the season, like you said, they're shooting 50% from the field or from 3. Tonight, they're 0. They're 0 for 6. They don't have 1. And, you know, which says something. They tried to establish their post, which is a good thing they tried to, because if they're relying on the 3-point shot, I think it'd be a very different game.
Right. Point being, they are leading by 5.
Yeah.
And they haven't hit a 3 yet.
Yeah.
They've actually scored on every possession from the last timeout we took till this one we just now took. Every single possession between those timeouts. Got that from my crack statistician, of course, Tyson Ewing. It's good to have him with us tonight.
That's a good stat.
He does all my high school football stats as well. Stats for the Utah Jazz. Oh, how about that little fake in the lane, and Hennig delivers. Oh, false left spin. And out of bounds on Mason. It's going to go back to the guys in purple.
Well, and that's the thing is Aggies push the ball so hard in transition that, you know, you can't really get too frustrated that you get a turnover here and there with as many points as it generates for them. I mean, this Aggie defense, too, throws so many teams off because it kind of shirks the accepted notions of how you play defense.
Yeah, you're right. How about the hustle inside? Carson Templin gets the rebound and stays with it, and now Templin on the board.
And that's the thing is this Weber State team is so hard-nosed and plays so physical that it's great to see that the Aggies can kind of match that intensity and come up with plays like that show that they can play just as physical.
Oh, Perriman reached in there, thought he had a steal, and it's a 1-and-1.
Yeah, he's got quick hands. Sometimes that'll pay dividends and sometimes not.
Sometimes I watch him play, and it's hard to believe he's just a freshman.
Yeah. Yeah, he plays with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
He plays really aggressively on the defensive end. He's willing to get up in players, 30 feet from the basket. That shows a lot.
Martianen's free throw is up and in. Wildcats just hanging around, keeping it a close game. They should have all sorts of confidence. Maybe, after that Utah game, they didn't win it, but took them to overtime, had a big lead. I'm sure that was tough surrendering. They had a lead of about 10 points with around 5 minutes to go in that game.
Yeah.
And they weren't able to hold them off, but certainly played well.
Yeah, I mean, games like that on the road, I mean, as much as on the road you're going to be, but playing with so much confidence, that'll help set the pace for the rest of the season for sure. And they're playing well here tonight, too.
Paul Slip taking that ball for a ride. Perriman kick out. And the three-pointer does not go.
Yeah, still 0 from the three-point line. But that's Perriman's vision, his ability to find guys like that.
0 for 7, Gary, from three-point range when they were shooting 50% in 2 games coming into this. Templin.
Didn't quite seem like he was ready to shoot that. He just kind of found
Kinda
himself a
rushed
little
it.
wide open and just let it fly.
In the years that I covered you, I saw you make that move so many times, but it always ended with a dunk.
Yeah.
As getting to the basket and scoring is Tijon Sane.
You know, I was thinking that today watching these guys dunk it, and I said, I'm not too much heavier than I was in college, but it seems a lot further up there, you know?
Yeah, I think you'd be just fine. I stand next to you every game right before. And the one thing you got, that's for sure, is height.
Yeah, I got some height.
Perriman looking for the three. Oh, my word, that was in the cylinder.
Yeah.
And Carson Templin is begging the official's even going to help him up, but to no avail.
Yeah, it's a battle down there with those bigs.
Oh,
I mean,
it is.
They're all fighting.
0 for 8 now, and a 1-and-1 at the other end.
And then, you know, Coach Calhoun's probably struggling to determine whether he should put Gary Clark back in, but you don't want to risk it with 2 fouls with the way he's playing.
No, I think you're right. He brings you so much energy, and with 5 minutes to play here in the half. Well, you said it best. You hang around, you do what you can in the half, and then in the second half you try to put the hammer down.
Yeah.
So obviously he's thinking the same thing. Save it for that. Free throw in and out. A big miss there. And Adlin Elamine checking in. Another freshman out of Arlington, Virginia. 6'9", number 35. He didn't play in that second game, Gary, but he had 12 in the game we did against Westminster. There's the drive. Up and in goes M.J. Collins.
Well,
his first basket of the game.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That makes him so dangerous because they had to close out. You have to respect his three, but his quickness with that one step got him to the basket and was able to finish.
Boy, and if he gets going. Oh, how about that little move? That was a pretty move.
Well, and that's what the Aggies have really struggled with tonight is giving away that baseline and letting guys get to the basket like that. They've got there 2 or 3 times, and then if they've missed it, they've been out of position for the rebound, or they've either been able to convert or get a foul on that. So the Aggies need to maybe adjust to that during halftime, be able to cut off that baseline.
Ardarius Grayson out of Oakland, Damian Lillard country. How about Damian Lillard announcing him as the GM of the basketball team?
Yeah.
During the offseason. He's not done with his NBA career yet. He's done for this year, of course, after the ACL. But
well, it's professional basketball now.
Yeah. Well, every team's you got to have a GM.
Yep.
And an accountant.
Yeah, that's right.
That is the first missed free throw for Adlin Elamine this season.
Yeah, and it looked like he shot it a little stiff, you know, but he's a smooth basketball player.
Yeah, he really is. A couple of really terrific freshmen that are going to just grow with this team. Yeah, Jordy Barnes is a sophomore as well. So that's a rough trip to the free throw line for Elamine. Just a 2-point game. And the ball will stay here with Weber State.
And those are things that, I mean, Drake got his hand on the ball on the drive, and then on the pass he got his hand on it again. That disruptive type of defense is something you love to see as a coach.
Sane. No. He got up in the air. And he realized, no, I can't shoot this. And oops. Tried to pass it off as a pass, but no go. We got a good one here in Logan. It's Aggie basketball. 2-point game against Weber State on KMYU locally and the Mountain West Network.
Yeah.
We are back here in Logan. Aggie basketball. These interstate games, I heard Alex Jensen talk a couple weeks ago about how important that he felt they are when he played, when you played. Whether it's Utah State, BYU, the Utes, Weber State, all of them. Felt like they're really important and should be played, and enjoys playing them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it gives everyone in the state an opportunity to kind of have bragging rights for the year, you know, and just be able to see the matchups team to team, and I think every state loves it.
There was a time back in the old days of the Big Five or the Big Four where they all played each other. You don't see it like Utah and BYU don't play Utah State this year, but it'd be good to see him get back to that.
Yeah.
Driving the post up and in for Trevor Hennig.
And it's all getting to the point where, it's certain times you're like, well, does this hurt our non-conference schedule, and what does that mean for our RPI, and so on and so forth. All of these teams are so talented and so well-respected. It's getting to the point where a loss isn't going to do what it would have done to you,
exactly.
A number of years back.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I'd like to see him get back to more of that tempo. Finally gets it to go up and in. He's got 2, but now 4. But, man, he had been working all night long in that post.
Those are 4 hard points to come by for sure.
He's 2 for 7 on field goals. Granted, he had the 2 3-pointers that he had misfired on. 3-pointer up and will not go for Sane, but an offensive rebound and then a foul. And
yeah, that hurts. I mean, with this game being as physical as it is, it's not a surprise that both teams are in the double bonus by now.
Yeah.
I don't suspect that's going to stop through the rest of this first half or into the second.
Well, the Aggies were in the bonus. We were at about 11 minutes to go in the half.
The one thing, too, is, the Aggies, one of the things that I was really impressed with, Westminster and VCU is their ability to share the ball. And tonight, they've been limited to 2 assists on their 9 field goals. And
my word,
that might be something that you talk about, too, is they're finding the open guy. And then, they've missed some open shots. They're not shooting a great clip from the field, so that probably hurts your assists as well.
Well, you certainly have to give credit to Weber State for forcing them into what they have. And now we have a tie ball game once again as Hansen hit those free throws. Those were his first of the season, by the way. Templin again, and Templin rolls to the rim and gets the ball to drop.
Yeah, he's got a great soft touch around the basket, being able to float that up and put it in on the move. That's a great move for a big man. You like to see that.
Sane wants that 3 again. How about the offensive board up and in for Nigel Burris, the former Aggie, does it again.
Yeah, both teams are just crashing the offensive rebounds. Utah State at this point's got 7. Weber State's got 4.
Yeah, and overall their rebounds are dead even. And it looks like they are going to definitely call foul as Mason Falslev trying to drive around that pick and get to the rim.
Yeah, they're pretty much dead even across the stat sheet. 36 and 39. And
I guess that's why it's tied at 35.
That's right.
But you're right. All the way up and down we go. The only real bugaboo for Utah State is they still, if you can believe this, folks, with 1:40 to play in the half, have not hit a 3-pointer.
Which could be a good sign.
Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't think that would keep going on and on. Once they find it, Mason Falslev. I sure enjoyed watching him play football in high school. I always thought he would be recruited. He was recruited to play football, by the way, tight end. He would have been a good one, but he loves basketball. Drake Allen steal to Templin, the finish, and now Carson is lighting it up. Hansen 3, deep 3. Ice in his veins, Gary.
Yeah, he can shoot it, and he's ready to shoot it if you give him a little bit of space.
46% on the season coming into this game from 3. And now Falslev wants to answer. Nope. And now the Wildcats can take the lead. 0 for 9 now on 3-pointers for Utah State. Hanson will shoot that. Offensive board. Burris. He's done this 3 times now against his former team.
Absolutely. And that's the thing is with the Aggies rotation in that defense, you're going to end up with bigs up top and guards down low. and that's where they can really put you out of position. So Drake Allen is on Burgess, and his ability to just go up, grab the rebound, and power it into a layup. That's probably the things that you're willing to give up with that type of defense.
Well, and he's coming back to, a building that he played in, and you want to make a name for yourself. So.
Yeah, and he's doing well tonight.
He's doing great, giving the lead back to Weber State. 35 seconds left and a 1-point game. Our next broadcast for the Aggies will come your way Saturdays. UTEP, Texas El Paso will make the trip here. That's a 2 o'clock game, an afternoon game, which is good because then you and your lovely wife can buy me dinner after.
Oh, yeah, you got it. We can make our way to Maddox.
Oh. Have my wife drive up and meet us for that. Weber State now with their first lead since it was 20-19 with 9 minutes to go. So in 9 minutes they fought back and regained the lead. Now an opportunity for the Aggies to finish off the half. It was 5 seconds different. Shot clock and game clock. Ooh, Templin saw a path. Nice dish and corralled in the corner. Anderson, Templin scores. 15 seconds to play.
And that's where the Aggies sharing the basketball helps. Their ability to kind of look for each other and then convert when they have the opportunity to do so.
Sane, the drive. Oh, and called for the foul. And now Drake Allen is holding his left ankle. And he looks like he is in pain.
Yeah, it looks like, he went up high for that block and then just came down right on, twisted that ankle.
I think he wants to get up, but I think they're going to be very careful here.
Yeah, you don't want to see him go down.
It's definitely an ankle, yeah. But he's even asking the trainer, just help me up.
And I remember last year when he went out with that shoulder injury, and that was a game that broke the Aggies' winning streak here at home.
That's right. We broadcasted that game.
We did.
Well, we'll keep an eye on Drake Allen, and Elijah Perriman will check back in for him. But there's 2 free throws coming with 2 seconds to play for Weber State. So an opportunity for the Wildcats to go to the locker room with the lead.
And I think that's the thing with the Aggies, defensively, to stay down and stay disciplined. That one you got to just be help side and be there just to try to change the shot rather than, Drake can block shots, and he's done a couple tonight, but just to stay down, stay disciplined, make them score over you.
So Tijan Sane. That's his first missed free throw of the season. He was 5 for 5 coming into this game. And now for the tie, and he does it. I think that's kind of poetic justice that unless the Aggies can score in 2 seconds, that we're headed to the locker room tied at 41. Because that's kind of the way this game has gone.
That's right.
The elephant in the room is the 0 for 9 unless that goes, and it doesn't. The Aggies have not hit a 3 in this first half.
Yeah, that was a great play going out of the half, though.
Well, it really was.
For 2 seconds left, to have a shot like that, I would take it.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting second half. You're going to ask for much more. Very physical first half game, and we're deadlocked at 41. And we'll take a break for our halftime activities. Back to our KUTV studios for those watching locally. Second half action coming your way. It's Aggie basketball here on the Mountain West Network. Welcome back to Logan. We got a great basketball game going here on Stu Morrill Court, tied at 41. Dave Fox with former Aggie All-American Gary Wilkinson made a name for himself on this very court, playing for the man whose name is on the court. That was a fun deal last year or the year before when they had Stu in, and all you guys were here and named the court after him.
Yeah, it was special. I mean, they just honored Coach Morrow for the Utah State, not Utah State, but Utah State Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's right. State of Utah, yeah.
Yep.
Good times. You guys had some great teams too, and
man.
some great names on those teams. Guys that are still in the area.
Yep. A lot of guys owe a lot to Coach Morrow.
Without a doubt. Terrific run here. All right, so let's see how the first few minutes of this half go. And it's a turnover, and Mason Falslip finishes. The lead goes back to the Aggies.
And I think that's just how it's going to be. You're going to grind it out on the defensive end, try to get a turnover or come up with an offensive rebound, and just put pressure and points on the board.
Three-pointer and an answer right back for Viliami Vartianen. And now the lead back to the Wildcats. Back and forth we go. The Wildcats have been able to hit three-pointers. They've got 5 of them. We're still waiting to see when the Aggies are going to connect. 0 for 9 now.
Well, and the Aggies been able to stay hanging around, even not be able to put those points on the board from 3.
Little shorty goes up and in. MJ Collins. And by the way, you notice number 1 on the court, Elijah Perriman, is starting because Drake Allen twisted his ankle. He is on the bench. Kind of walking up and down in that hallway area, but he doesn't, it looks like he might be in a little bit of pain. We'll see where that goes. Rebound for Templin. Here comes Perriman, and the freshman dishes to Anderson for the flush.
See, and that's where the Aggies are so dangerous in transition. Their ability to get down, their bigs can run the floor. They get from point A to point B very quickly, and Tucker able to finish that with a nice flush.
Tucker Anderson, his second year with the Aggies, coming from Central Arkansas. Got basketball in his lineage. His mother played for Tennessee, played for Pat Summitt at Tennessee. In fact, Anderson's mom, as he gets hit in the face, was on the first 2 Pat Summitt championship teams, and he got hit in that right eye, it appears.
So it's going to take a look at this flush with Perriman again showing his court vision there. Able to distribute for a nice finish.
So Anderson will go to the bench. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on number 11, too. Gary Clark has 10 points, but picked up a couple of fouls in that first half. Ball's on the ground. Perriman's got it.
See, Weber State's done a really nice job of being able to keep this Aggie crowd out of the game as well. They're a huge factor.
There it is. Finally. Gary Wilkinson, what do you think?
See, that's what I'm talking about. And Duff is calling that timeout because he wants to keep this Aggie crowd out of it, because they know once this crowd gets into it, the Aggies feed off that energy, and it becomes very, very difficult to win in this arena. But the Aggies are making it sure hard on the Wildcats to keep this crowd out of it.
A 7-0 run has put the Aggies up by 6.
So I went to law school.
Well, good news. The Aggies are 100% on three-pointers in the second half.
That's a big shift from
0%. Yeah. Only 10% for the game as they have the one, but it's got to start somewhere. And a great start to this second half as the Aggies come out 7-0. But you and I were talking, this is 2 pretty good basketball teams. They're in-state, bit of a rivalry. And the teams like this tend to have runs in it. Although you were relating back when you had a close game with Weber State, you came out in the second half and you guys just ran away from it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm saying is the crowd has a huge impact on that. And so if they can get into this game, with this crowd into this game, it makes it real difficult for Weber State.
Well, this is one of the best crowds anywhere.
Absolutely.
You know, quite frankly, I've called games at Weber State, and they're not even used to this kind of crowd in their own building.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard when you have commuter schools. I mean, Logan's kind of a captive audience, you know. This is what you do in Logan, Utah.
Another missed shot, and a 3 is on the way, and that stops the drought. Big three-pointer for Hennig. Hennig's got 8 points.
Yeah, and he's been firing away. He's not afraid to let it let it fire.
Yeah, he actually had 8 before that 3, so that boosts him to double figures. Templin has been ferocious on the board.
See, and that's what Aggie fans love to see. That Carson Templin speaks their language. His tenacity on the boards, his willing to go in, battle, come up with rebounds he shouldn't be coming up with, go up, finish with the foul, and give himself another chance for a three-point play at the line.
4 rebounds for the young man from Fairview, Texas, a junior. So interesting to me that, you and I calling Mason Falsliff, Carson Templin, and these guys that when they were freshmen, and we've been with them every step of the way, now they're already juniors.
Time goes by real quick.
It really does. We've had a lot of fun doing this.
Absolutely. The one thing with Perriman, he's a big guard. He's long, he's strong. He brings a lot.
3-pointer missed. Oh, Collins wants another 3. He broke the drought the first time. Not able to get another one to fall. Oh, what a move, Hennig. Hennig's got 11. And now he's going to go to the free throw line, shooting 2.
Yeah, that was a great move to get himself into the paint and put pressure on Gary Clark, who now picks up his 3rd foul. I think Clark felt like he was straight up, and that Hennig just drew the contact.
Yeah, 3 fouls, though, as you point out, for Collins. And you wonder how long. Well, we know how long he's going to leave him in. Not at all.
Yeah.
And I think, with 16 minutes to go, I think that's a good call.
Yeah.
It's always fun when the opponent's shooting free throws in front of the herd. Missed. The herd is loving it. But Hennig gets the ball back, and he's going to go to the line again.
I think that's got to upset Calhoun. Oh. They've coming up with so many second chance points in this half and giving themselves so many opportunities to put Aggies in foul trouble and then get back to the line. That's tough.
25 rebounds in this game for Weber State. And that one sends them back to the free throw line here on KMYU Television, locally, and the Mountain West Network. Back here in Logan, Dave Fox, Gary Wilkinson. Gary, something that the Aggies have not cleaned up yet. Of course, 3-point shooting, 1 for 12. But something they have cleaned up. Remember, they had 3 turnovers in the first 6 possessions. Since then, they've only had 1 turnover in this game. That's phenomenal.
That's right.
Oh, my word. 3 straight misses for Hennig.
You're making the herd feel real good about themselves right now.
It. And, in a situation like this, the herd, it's like, it's all us.
Yeah, that's right.
Finally gets 1, but a 1 for 4 trip on those last 2. So the herd has done its job. And a 5-point Aggie lead. You see Gary Clark trying to post up. He's already in double figures. He was double figures in the first half with 12. And getting to the basket, Colby King.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, Colby's been playing phenomenally tonight. He's been all over the court. He's coming up with big plays. He's athletic. He's long. He's bringing a lot to the Aggies.
King from Butler in that game against Westminster, he had 4 3-pointers. Tonight as a team, the Aggies only have 1. And another 3 on the at the side of the backboard. Look who's there. I'm telling you, Hennig has been so good tonight for Weber State.
Yeah, someone needs to take some charge there and keep him off the boards for the Aggies.
Yeah, he's been dynamite. Oh, Templin, wide open 3. Oh, that one was a little rough. But I think it went off the Wildcats.
Yeah, and Clark created that. He was able to knock it off Burris.
So Templin will go to the bench. Zach Keller checks in. To your point on offensive rebounds, Gary, tonight Weber State has 17 second-half points. Just as I say that, Colby King gets to the basket. But 17 second chance points, Weber State with 14. So or Utah State, there's a real battle going on right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's
those offensive rebounds creating that. Yeah.
Physical and playing. I mean, that's been the name of this game, fouls and rebounds. And Weber State's been great to put pressure on them. I mean, the Aggies already got picked up 4 fouls this half. And Weber State just keeps coming.
All right, here we go, 7-point lead for the Aggies. Right into the post they go, and it's blocked. Give Clark another block. And at the other end, Colby King will slow it down. Man, you got to love what Clark does for this team. And Falsleb twists and turns, he's up and in.
That's where Falsleb is really impressive. His ability to get in the lane. He's really shifty, be able to spin off players and kind of has that soft touch around the basket.
16-6 run right now for Utah State, and they lead it by 9.
See, this is where Utah State kind of it works out in their favor tonight with that turnover, but Colby King's down there trying to guard Burris, and that's where Utah State's kind of gets out of rotation a little bit. Or maybe, it's part of their rotation, but that's where they get a little mismatched.
Nayla Goma into the game, created that turnover as he threw that one out of bounds. Jordy Barnes into the game for the Aggies. Barnes out of Olympus High School, state champion at Olympus his senior year. His dad, of course, the coach and a former Aggie himself. Falsleb for 3. The lid is still on the basket. They only have 1. But Utah State does have 4 players now in double figures. 3 of them, Gary, each have 10. King, Clark, and Falsleb.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That balanced scoring effort makes it really difficult to prepare for teams because they don't know who's going to be bringing it night in and night out. And so you have no problem getting all of those players in double figures. One thing Aggie's going to want to watch tonight is in this half is the foul trouble. I mean, they're up 5-1 on their fouls. Getting Weber State in the bonus this early wouldn't be helpful when the game down the stretch.
Turnover inside. Colby King read that beautifully. And Colby twists down, and he's going to be shooting free throws. Templin has 13 points on 6 of 12 shooting. You think of those three-pointers, but that he missed, and yet he's still 50% shooting.
Yeah.
So can't complain too much.
Yeah, he's been around the basket. He kind of hangs around, finds his shots. His teammates are looking for him, and he's able to convert.
Colby King going to the free throw line. He's hit 2 of 3 so far tonight. Pretty good considering he came into the game having not even shot a free throw. And the Aggies continue to put pressure on this Weber State team, scoring on 9 of their 11 second half possessions. They've been very efficient in that respect. And King's got them both. And now the biggest lead of the game for the Aggies at 11.
This is where Weber State needs to be a little bit, a little bit disciplined, try to get into their space, get their shots. Because this is, this is where the crowd likes to get into it, and Aggies can start running away.
Saw Burris down there right in front of the herd. He had to throw the ball off the leg of the Aggies as he was trapped. I still can't get over that score in Weber State's first game of the season against West Coast Baptist, 130-38. My goodness.
What is the greatest scoring differential in college history?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you that, but that's a 92-point margin. That's unreal.
That's a lot. Well, I thought the Aggies score against Westminster was a big score.
That was 110-54, but shot clock violation. So that's a turnover will go to the Aggies. 3 straight turnovers now for Weber State, created by this Aggie defense. Three-pointer on the way, it's up and in. A 9-0 run now for the Aggies that just ended.
Well, I'd have to see Kobe King. He's doing so much on both ends of the court. You know, he brings so much confidence, and shooting the basketball, playing, getting the hustle plays, rebounding, getting to the basket, making plays around the basket. He's been really impressive.
Jordy Barnes for 3, falls down, nothing called. But to your point, though, King, and his percentages are great. 5 of 6 on field goals, 4 or 5 on free throws. So it's not like he's having to overshoot to get these numbers.
Well, and that's what's making him dangerous.
And then 5 rebounds on top of all that. He's doing it all. 12-point lead for the Aggies. Tell you later.
Yeah.
We are back here in Logan. Aggies opening up a little bit of a lead. Check it out. Former Aggie coach in the building. Oh, he wants to get on the kiss cam. 64-52 is our score. 12-point lead for the Aggies.
The Aggies being able to put some more assists on the board, sharing the basketball a little bit, and I think that's somewhat contributing to their ability to increase their lead.
Yeah, you pointed out that there were not many in that first half. I think they're up to at least double-digit assists now with 10. And posting up, Zach Keller. How about that?
Yeah.
Our former Ute on the board.
Well, and I mean, I continue to be, impressed, I guess is the word, with Aggie's willingness to go to the block. With Templin and Clark, Keller being able to score down there, that's going to give the Aggies a different look.
Especially since they started out that game way and couldn't get anything to go.
Yeah, they're going to need it.
Another miss from the three-point range. But for Weber State, Hennig now scored their last 11 points. He has been the guy for the Wildcats.
Absolutely. He isn't giving up on plays.
Not at
He's
all.
one making shots, getting rebounds, getting to the line.
He has 19 points, and no other Wildcat is even in double figures. King, just in and out. Offensive board, though. Back up and in goes Zach Keller.
That's good. I mean, Keller was, I think, injured against Westminster, or he didn't get a chance to get in, but it's good to get a chance to see him play and see what he can do.
Fighting for that ball, trying to get up and in, and Suarez. Back to Keller, though. I mean, he's coming in. He's basically spelling Templin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a pretty good example for you of a guy that hustles. And so when he's on the bench watching what Carson does, he knows what he needs to do as well. And in the last couple minutes, he's come out and done that. Here's the post-up and the little hook.
That great position. The Aggies are looking for him. Yeah, I think that's exactly right. Kind of watching what Templin does, and you understand the energy and the type of tempo he needs to play with.
Falslev picks up that foul. It's only his first. And got 3 substitutions coming in for the Aggies. MJ Collins comes back, and the freshman Elijah Perriman checking in, along with Gary Clark, the senior transfer from Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And what a spark plug Clark has been for this team, not only tonight, but throughout this season. Weber, by the way, with that last foul by the Aggies now, they are in the bonus. Hansen pulls up, and look at Collins, sky for the board.
Well, that's the thing Aggies learned in the first half. You have to run Hansen off the three-point line because you give him the point, and like your point earlier, that 46% three-point percentage, he'll knock most of those down.
Yeah, coming into the game, that was his average, hitting 46%, and that is phenomenal. For by far the best three-point shooter with that many attempts. Hennig's at 57%, but he hasn't shot as many. I can't imagine the kind of shooting they racked up in that opener against West Coast Baptist.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go check that box score.
Perriman, look at the move. Just a freshman.
Yeah. Well, and his ability to step up in the second half with Drake going down and come in and lead this team, that's a great sign for Utah State.
Three-pointer on the way, up and in for Jace Whiting.
Well, and that's with Weber State. Their willingness to share the basketball, to stretch the floor, their three-point shooting is what's keeping in this game. I mean, the Aggies have tried to make a run and pull away, but Weber State just keeps hanging in there with their willingness to pass the ball and share the ball around.
So in the West Coast Baptist game, Weber State hit 18 threes. Hansen hit 5 of them. He was 5 of 9. So they were lighting it up.
Yeah. Well, and their scoring was really balanced. It's not like one person came out and put up 40 points.
Yeah, they did. I mean, everyone that played, and there was 12 different guys saw the court. They all scored. 6 of them hit for double figures.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a hit parade, and they were playing defense. West Coast Baptist hit 1 3 in 16 attempts. So,
yeah.
And Henning not only scoring, he's scored or assisted on 14 of their last 16 points.
Yeah, he's bringing a lot to the table tonight.
So is my stat guy.
Yeah.
Tyson Ewing, he's bringing a lot to the table tonight. That's where we come up with these kind of numbers.
Yeah, I mean, the math was never my my strong suit.
He's a math genius. I mean, look at these sheets that he's got here. And
it's like algebraic formulas over there.
He's the best. He'll be with me the next 2 days doing high school football in Salt Lake City, Utah. We're in our football season semifinals. The doubleheader is coming up Thursday and Friday locally on KMYU and KJAZ TV. And then we'll be back here Saturday, 2 o'clock, Aggie basketball.
One thing is how efficient Aggies are out of their out-of-bounds plays. They've scored a couple times tonight. That's one thing I like to watch Calhoun.
Into the post, Gary Clark. Give Collins another assist. Clark's got 12 points now. If we're keeping an eye on the double-double, Clark's going to need to get busy on the rebounds, but right now, Perriman! Oh, the freshman brings the Aggie crowd to their feet.
That was a big boy play right there. He's willing to go up against a challenge and just go over the defender, put it down.
Working in the post, drawing the foul. Clark commits it.
I think the refs tighten up the calls on these games, putting Clark into foul trouble. I would have not been too happy as a player myself with that one, but sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't.
Aggies up 14. Well, the Aggies have found their shot here, Gary. In the first half, they were 42%. Second half, they're 61%. Take a look at this beauty. Wow. Great pass, great finish. Their last turnover was at the 7:30 mark of the first half. That is phenomenal.
Well, I think that's the thing is they've had to play disciplined basketball against Weber State. Weber State will. I mean, they're a very talented team. They play really hard, and they force you to have to play your best basketball to even have a chance to win. So, kudos to them. But the Aggies have responded.
And Nigel Burris, former Aggie, also played at Idaho out of San Francisco, hits the free throws. Aggies by a dozen. Oh, what a pass by Perriman. They swing it to Anderson. The three goes. And let's check the foul. So how about that? Anderson scores, field goal counts, and then a foul under the basket.
I mean, that's great. Like you said, that's great vision by Perriman. He's the one that created that opportunity. Tucker knocks it down, and then the Aggies have a chance to put another, a 5-point play on the board.
Yeah, they get
Maybe
the ball
even a
back
6.
after that. Yep. What a play. Oh, Anderson again. Oh, dear. So he went from big free throw to, or three-pointer, I mean, to.
Yeah, sometimes you just get
one.
too wide open.
Yeah. He's still looking at his hands like, what have you done to me here? 15-point Aggie lead.
I'm glad he can have a smile about it, though,
Well, you know what? He's having a pretty good game.
Yeah.
He's got 9 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of assists. Oh, Whiting got wide open underneath. If this were football, you'd say somebody missed an assignment.
Yep.
I really enjoy watching Perriman. What he brings to this team is something else. He's got a bright future. Another trouble. There's that first turnover. And the flush at the other end for Nigel Burris. So that is the Aggies' first turnover since the 7.5-minute mark of the first half.
Yeah, and that's what Weber State just kind of keeps hanging around. The Aggies have played discipline, like you said, with very few turnovers. But Weber State's making every one of those turnovers count.
Well, they're a good team. They're not going to just go away, and they showed us that in that overtime loss at Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And they are fighting to the bitter end.
Well, I think Calhoun's frustrated. I mean, Weber State is pushing Utah State out, making them operate probably, 5 or 6 feet outside of where they're used to operating their offense. And so they're not quite getting into the positions they want.
In terms of some foul trouble, Gary Clark, he's got 4 now. So obviously they're going to have to be judicious with his playing time. We'll see how that goes. There is 6.5 to play. And he's got a dozen points in this game. Looking down our point scores, King's got 15, Carson Templin's got 13, and Falslev has 10.
And Mason's been on the bench for a while.
Yeah. Elijah Perriman, freshman from San Francisco, California. Corner, King. Nope. But how about the quick hands? Anderson got those hands in there, forced the ball away, but then gives it right back, and now Templin picks up a foul. He wants a jump ball, but he's going to say it's foul, and that means 1-1. So 6 minutes to go in the game, and Weber State shooting free throws the rest of the way.
And that's one thing that I talked about a little bit earlier is the Aggies definitely don't want to put them in the bonus this early with them being as talented of a team as they are. Try to keep them off the line.
Burris has now hit every free throw attempt this season. He is 4 for 4 in this game, 7 for 7 coming in. So he's 11 for 11 at the free throw line this season.
And for a big man, that's fantastic because you like to get your big man to the free throw line, and if they can convert at that percentage, that's great.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. And now 12 for 12. He's seen that, the herd. That didn't bother him.
Yeah, he's used to that.
Falslip checking back in, and Gary Clark will come in. And again, Clark's got 4 fouls. So they're going to have to be careful with Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Six minutes to play.
Utah State trying to establish some players down low with Clark.
There he goes. And he draws the foul. Can't get the shot to go, but Clark will be shooting free throws.
And I think that's smart by Utah State, using up a lot of the shot clock, looking for their players down low where it's been their bread and butter tonight, scoring in the paint and burning time off the clock, and then end up with a player at the free throw line.
And credit the Aggies, too. And you pointed this out earlier. I mean, we could see it right in front of us. They were just determined to score in the post and couldn't get anything to fall.
Yeah.
And then it finally just started clicking. It's almost like they've just surrendered the three-point shooting. Okay, we're going to have a rough night.
Yep.
We've got 3 of them. But here's what we're going to do instead.
Well, and it's worked for him so far.
Just misses short for Sane. Oh, wow.
Got lucky on that one.
No kidding. Ball ends up all the way out in Perriman's hand at the free throw line, or three-point line.
And that's where you're, as a freshman, you watch your freshman and you're like, oh, he loves to go for those big plays. I mean, Carson was ready for it, but ends up back in.
It almost ended up to like a pass to himself.
That's right.
Templin, and 1.
And that's his second and 1 of the night. I mean, he's coming up with big plays for the Aggies. They needed to put some points on the board on this possession to kind of keep the pressure on the Wildcats, and Carson able to convert, put himself in chance for a 3-point play.
So Carson going to the free throw line. So he's 2 for 2 tonight. Didn't hit a free throw against Westminster or Virginia Commonwealth. He's 0 for 1, but he's connected tonight. They keep yelling air ball every time. I mean, they don't forget.
No. The crowd's like elephants. They remember everything everyone's done wrong.
And that shot doesn't go for Whiting. Whiting on his 3rd team now in his college career. Boise State, UNLV, and now Weber State and he's just a junior.
Yeah, I think this Weber State team's got a lot of talent and got a lot of guys that can return.
Falslip. Oh, Mason lost the basketball, but it was tipped out of his hands. So the Aggies will keep it.
I think Mason felt like he might have been a little bit fouled on that one. He doesn't lose the ball very easy.
Falslip. Oh, how did that roll out?
Sometimes those are the hardest shots. You get so close to the basket, and you have to use so much touch to get it in there.
Skip past Sane, had to save that one. And still a battle for it. They were going to call. Oh, Clark may have just fouled out. If that foul is on Clark, and I think it is, he's done. And he looks like he's in a little bit of a pain, too.
Yeah, that's no
Sure.
fun.
I'm not even sure if it's the pain from falling out or
Right.
fouling out. What a game for that young man. So, yeah, that's 5 on Clark. 13 points, hit all 5 of his field goals, had 5 rebounds.
Yeah, they're naming Colby King the player of the game, and I totally agree with that. He's been all over the court, defensively, offensively, come up with some huge plays, made great passes, made some big shots. It's going to be fun to watch this team mold together as this season continues with play like that.
15 points for Colby, 5 of 9 field goals, had 6 rebounds, couple of assists. You know, the only weak spot is the 1 for 4 3-point shooting, but nobody's great at 3-point shooting in this game tonight. Yeah, Collins is 1 for 5, Anderson's 1 for 4, because the Aggies are 3 for 21 as a team.
Right.
But the important thing is the scoreboard. Those are things that will get better as the season goes on.
Well, and that's the thing is, you know, you always look for the silver lining in difficult, you know, things, and the Aggies have been able to put points. I mean, 81 points on the board with shooting that terribly from 3.
From 3, right.
And be happy with that.
Under 4 to play now. And again, for the Aggies, they will host UTEP Saturday. Be sure and join us for that broadcast. It's a 2 o'clock broadcast on KMYU television. And then we have one more game in the month of November. A couple days after Thanksgiving, Montana State will be here, and that's also a 2 o'clock game.
Yeah, those afternoon games.
Love them. You probably don't, because you probably have kids that are playing
Yep.
something.
Yeah, we've got a few kids and a few things.
Yeah. Well, I apologize, but I need you.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Okay.
I'll be here.
All right, so 81-68, under 4 to play. Hansen at the free throw line. And he's another one that's been good. 8 points tonight. And he's hit the 2 free throw attempts that he put up, which, by the way, his first free throws on the season. He didn't have any against West Coast Baptist or Utah. And got the first on the 1-on-1.
If he shoots free throws like he shoots 3-pointers, I'm sure he'll be okay.
Got them both. So,
yeah, the Wildcats are going to come out with some pressure here. They're going to need to with Kwok lining down, and Aggie's got that double-digit lead.
it's been a good, hard-fought game, though. You know, when we did that opener against Westminster, the Aggies really ran away from that. That game ended at about 8:45. It just hit 9 o'clock, and we're still going here because it's been so competitive. That ball goes off Templin's hands, a little bit high for him. So another turnover. And again, after going so long without any turnovers, now they've had 3 quick ones.
Yeah, and there's still plenty of time for.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say the Wildcats to chip away, but definitely don't want that down the stretch.
So Elijah Perriman, the freshman, with the basketball as we approach 3 minutes to play. And from the corner, Colby King can't hit. Here come the Cats. And Sane, that pass a little rough, but gets it right back. And Goma draws the foul. And I think that's Templin again. And now he's got 4. So Clark's already out of the game. Templin now with 4 fouls. And Goma looking for his first points of the game. He has not scored yet in this game.
Well, and I think that's the thing. I was talking to the coaching staff. They feel like this Aggie team is very deep. So, you get Clark in foul trouble, Templin in foul trouble. You have Keller on the bench who can come in and be very productive as he's shown. And the time that he's had, he's put up some good points and come up with some boards and been a presence out there. So you feel kind of comfortable allowing your players to play aggressively because you feel like you got someone to come in and back them up.
So Goma with 1 point, and he's coming off a 14-point effort against Utah. And now 1-1 going the other way. Colby King out of Pompano Beach, Florida, transfer from Butler. And that one's in and out. So you remember we were talking about all those possessions back to back to back where they were scoring? The Aggies have now gone 4 straight scoreless possessions, which is the longest drought in this game. And it's a 10-point deficit. Oh, what a little scoop shot.
The Aggies got numbers coming down. Whew. That's
Perriman,
smart.
Yeah. The freshman. Obviously a very precocious young man who my guess has been shooting like this since he was about 3.
Yeah. Well, he plays like he's born doing it, so.
No doubt. Two minutes to play, a 10-point Aggie lead. And the shot does not go. Another possession at a point. Fortunately, they had a pretty good lead built up, but under 2 to play.
Great rotation on the Aggies.
No doubt. I mean, they seem to be everywhere that ball was. And Perriman, he just looks fearless to me. He just does not look like a freshman.
Yeah. I mean, he's playing with such poise down the stretch.
Absolutely.
Doesn't feel like he has to force things. Yeah.
Three-pointer, Falslev. He stepped out of bounds. You know, this is one of those games, Gary, where they're going to go back. They're going to look at film and say, don't even bother looking at the threes. Yeah. We're 3 of 23. You know, and if they hang on and win this game, we won the game. There will be better days ahead from the three-point line.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, yeah, if you get a couple more possessions, you may as well jackpot them up there once or twice. But here's the crazy thing. We've got 1:05 to play. The last point they scored was at the 5-minute mark.
Wow.
That's how long this drought's gone, and yet they're still up by 10.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's a testament to their defense.
They're deep, right.
They're able to keep the Wildcats from putting points on the board while they weren't able to score.
King with 15, Templin 16, 13 for Clark, who fouled out, 10 for Falslev. So you got 4 guys in double figures getting it done. Templin, shot clock about to expire, and another missed possession. I mean, they're limping to the finish line as that 3 is long, and there's going to be a foul. Oh, they're calling a foul on Anderson. I'm going to have to take another look at this, see what you think, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, at this point in the game, I'm not quite sure I'm calling that, but Vern's been doing this a long time, and I have a lot of respect for him as ref. He refed when I was here. I always enjoyed having him out there. He knew what he's doing.
Vern refed you?
Yeah, he certainly did.
Wow.
I know.
I'm not saying that was that long ago.
It's
but
pretty long ago.
That's cool.
Yeah. He even remembered me before the game, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, you know.
Well, he didn't foul you out, did he?
No, I don't remember fouling out.
Okay. So Burris, the former Aggie, gets the free throw.
Is he continuing that 100% strength for the season?
Yeah. Well, the Aggies looking pretty good at this point. 20 seconds to play, and they're up by 8. They'll continue to foul, though, and Perriman's got a 1-and-1 going to the free throw line. But what a gutty second half it was for these guys, because it was deadlocked at halftime, and it looked like anyone's game.
Yeah, and the Aggies made the adjustment at halftime, you know. Threes aren't falling. What do we need to do to keep ourselves in this game and build a lead? And they found a way through transition baskets, through offensive rebounding, and just scoring on the block.
Can't say enough good things about Perriman. If there is a little bit of a hiccup in its game, it would be the free throw shooting, 50% on the season. But he hits that one, and it looked good. His first free throw of the game.
I think he pointed to the bench after he made that free throw, probably to tell the coach, like, hey,
yeah,
I made that one,
yeah.
I remember I did that a time or two at Utah State.
You pointed to the bench after hitting a free throw?
No, I shot out of a double team.
Oh.
I missed it. Every coach was off the bench yelling at me. And I just ran down the court telling them I could make that shot. Every time I see them, that's what they remember. They would tell me, oh, I can make that shot.
Did you?
No, I missed it. Of course, I missed it.
Okay.
But they knew that.
Good times. Good times in Aggie lore. That's going to wrap it up. And King's going to let that one go wisely. Good show of sportsmanship. He didn't need to do it. And it's a 10-point win for Utah State. But, Gary, they had to work for this one.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think from Coach Calhoun's perspective, you want them to be able to have these grind-out games early in the year to kind of understand, hey, this is what it's going to take for us to compete in the Mountain West with the quality of teams that they're going to be playing. So you take this one, maybe the three-point shooting like you said, and let that one go. Learn and get better.
Well, and it's like we were talking about early in the game, that three-point win over VCU probably taught them a lot as well down in Texas last week.
Yeah.
And they gutted this one out and came away with a victory. We're going to be back again here in Logan as the Aggies will take on UTEP. Big thanks to our entire broadcast crew. They do a great job. Gary, thank you as well. I'll see you on Saturday. And thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. Victory to the Aggies on KMYU and the Mountain West Network.